All right, what's going on, guys? Hey, I just want to make this early morning video, and I'm going to talk about don't get caught with your pants down. Okay, we're talking about this because I'm watching one of my guys here, and I'm listening to him give like the normie report. Basically, he's like just a regular lumberjack kind of guy, and he's talking about how millennials don't have housing and they don't have all these other issues. I'm sorry, they don't have like money and a bunch of other stuff, and that people are like suffering and stuff, right, in America, which they are, but it's not really as bad as you think it is. It's just you don't really know what you're doing. And I'm saying that because he's talking about like people being homeless because people can't afford a home and people cannot I don't know, like go on vacation or something. Like I don't really understand what the issue is with some people. I do know the issues, right? I do know regular things seem like they're unaffordable, and it seems like things are going on. Things are really bad, right? Which mainly is the fact that nobody can really afford to pay rent or housing and stuff like that. That's really the issue. Now, um, it's not really just like boomers or it's not anybody in particular. It's just the way the system is designed and how basically people are basically hoarding wealth and they're hoarding opportunity. Okay, that's really the issue, and it's just a bunch of people just fucking everybody over. It's really like a lot of landlords, right? It's not even a lot of entrepreneurs because it's just the government, right? It's this whole thing is just like it's all the government at the end of the day. Okay, um, I explained this on other videos talking about how people are getting government loans, and because they're getting government loans, the entrepreneur that sells the house ends up overselling the price for it, and because people are normies, they don't actually understand what they're buying, and they don't understand that they'll never pay off their house because they don't understand how to buy a house properly, right? You're supposed to have a business, and you're supposed to have enough money to then put enough money down so the payment is like almost nothing, and then you just live in the house. But at this point, it's not even it's like stupid to buy a house, right? If you buy a house, you basically selling it to somebody dumb, right? And like, why would you think you're building equity or think that you're doing something with a house that's $300,000? Like, most people don't make that much income in this country. They don't make that much money. Like, you should be able to times your salary by three and should be able to pay it off in full. But if you're being taxed the entire time by the same government that gives you the government loan, then basically you won't be able to pay off um your debt. You understand? So this whole idea that people were buying houses, it really was when the whole market crashed and houses were like around 10,000 or 12,000 or 15,000, and people were starting to build up. That's how you're supposed to do it in that market. Right now we have a giant slush of different activities happening in the market, but if you're still buying as like a regular person, there's no opportunity for you because you don't get paid enough. Even if you get paid 300,000 a year at a job, you still don't get paid enough to buy a house because it's stupid. It's a dumb purchase. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. The houses really probably should be around 50,000 to 100,000 max. So somewhere right there, maybe 150,000. Okay, if you want to buy something really luxury, sure, but most times you really probably should. I would never pay over um I would never pay over 250,000 for a house, but that's like it has to be a really nice house too. Okay, because it's just stupid. It's just stupid. The monthly payments are too high. The average salary in America I think is around 50,000. If you're making around 75,000 or 85,000, that puts you around somewhere maybe 4,000 a month. So your bill probably is going to be around 2,000 a month. That's half of your check. You don't really want this to be half of your check. The normal money that you're supposed to pay for a house is supposed to be 30%. That's what people made up, but really no, you need it to be as low as possible because there's a lot of other things that cost. There's energy costs, which is like the utilities. There's the roof that you got to fix. There's the grass you got to cut. There's the gutters you got to fix. You got to do all this stuff to the house. It's really stupid to be owning a house. It's stupid right now. Which I think that's designed on purpose to make sure that you don't never own a house and a bunch of other stuff. But there are other ways to buy property, right? I talked about buying a modular house for myself, as well as probably you could do that for yourself too. Just buy a piece of land, put the thing on it, right? If enough people start to catch on, then basically they're going to make it illegal. Okay, that's how this works. This whole thing works by basically scamming you into doing something stupid. Okay, that's why they've been trying to push young people into these houses in the first place, because it's stupid. Okay, but it's all about tricking you into doing something dumb, like, or putting the money in your stocks or your 401k. It's just about tricking you at the end of the day, right? Because the whole game is that you're not really supposed to know what's going on. You're just supposed to be a good, obedient worker and shut up, right? That's what's supposed to happen. Okay, now I'm saying don't get caught with your pants down, because this guy, he's all about being a Republican, and I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent, and I focus on what's going to be best for me and my family. And I haven't really voted on like a long time, so I don't really care what happens. I'm going to know what to do because I know how to think. Most people don't really know how to think. You know what I'm saying here? Because I just move. I'm like, yeah, fuck everybody, I'm out. And you have to be that way. You have to be that way. People don't want you to be that way, because then they lose control over you. You get it? Or they think they got control over you. The control they think they got. You understand? And you have to understand that you have to address certain matters with action. You can't just be like, talk it out and stuff, because people don't want to talk it out, because they're weird. Everybody thinks everybody thinks that they're, which is the point of the video. Everybody thinks they're in this power position, or that they're in charge or something, and it's really just, it's very annoying, and it's a pain in the behind. But it's like, this is just human nature. They're very, like, most people are not that bright, okay, and meaning emotionally. They're not really that emotionally intelligent to realize that, hey, we should, it's better for us just to work together than it us to go against each other, right? But people aren't like that. They just think that they're the boss and I'm in charge, and they feel special or important, so they vote Republican or against leftists or whatever it is. And it's like, ugh, like, then you got to deal with it. It's like, okay, well, how do I talk to a person like this, because they're crazy? Okay, so now this guy, he's complaining because all the young people are moving to his neighborhood. He can't really afford shit now, and he's trying to tell other people what's really wrong with the economy. Guess what? Nobody gives a fuck. Okay, nobody actually gives a shit. Nobody cares. Sorry, right? Sorry, you're next now, right? Now you're on the chopping block. Why? Because you should have done something about it, and you shouldn't have voted the way you voted, and you shouldn't have did all that dumb shit you did. Now you're next, right? That's the point. That's the point, really, of this video, okay? It's going to be you, or it's going to be them. It's better off if it's you, right? Now, I came up with this idea and thought pattern because I'm actually a very nice, kind, giving, caring person, okay? I'm not greedy. I don't really care about none of this stuff. I just care about just doing what I need to do and minding my business. Other people aren't like that. They're just about dominating you, winning, and all this other, like, weird, goofy self-esteem stuff, okay? Since they're like that, since these people are like that, they usually get most of their satisfaction by feeling like they're on top. Okay, do you really want to have somebody like that over your life? Like, I've been dealing with these characters my entire life. I talked about my family, my aunt, a bunch of other stuff, and it's just a constant theme of people just wanting to dominate you and make you into a slave or brainwash you or whatever, right? When it's better if you're just in charge, you'll treat them nice, but when they're in charge, they're not going to treat you nice. So it's better that you're in charge. Okay. Anytime I was in charge, I never had problems. Everything worked out for everybody. Everybody's happy. Why? Because I'm a good leader. I know what I'm doing. Other people don't know what they're doing. Just because you're right about something doesn't mean that it's going to work out. Also, right? So it doesn't matter how much you tell kids that it's not, oh, you're voting socialist and it's going to cause problems, and it doesn't really matter what you're saying. These people don't have results. They don't have anything to show for themselves, or they don't feel good about themselves. Unless you can successfully impact people and be in charge and make sure that they don't do this thing, it's your fault. You're not doing anything about it. You're just sitting there watching it, right? It's just the people in here that they complain and complain and complain. And it's like, okay, you don't understand. You actually have to do something about it. You got to be the leader, right? You have to be the one to compete with the bad one, right? Or the evil one. You got to be the one. That's like, I was talking to my lady about this last night. Like, I don't really even I just wanted a job. I just wanted a job making $3,000 a month and to mind my business. But no, I have to worry about people installing AI data centers in the neighborhood, flock cameras, and all this other, like, weird shit. I have to worry about this now. Why? Because now I have to think about it. Now I have to, okay, I'm being watched now. Like, why? Or, oh, I gotta worry about these data centers doing something to me, biologically. So what I have to do now, now I have to have more money so that way I can basically contact the governor, the mayor, or whoever and have some influence, right? I need to figure out who this person is that's installing this to figure out whether or not they can be influenced, because I don't want it in my area or whatever, right? Which I'm in a safe zone. But if I can't do anything about it, I'm leaving. I'm not staying here. Whether I was paying a lot in taxes or not, like I'm not staying here. No, right? That's why you want to have leverage. You want to have jobs. You want to be giving people jobs. You want to be employing people. You want to be giving donations, and you want people to feel the pain of disconnection if you're not present in their lives. You want people to feel hurt when you're not in their lives. It's good for that to happen. And if you don't want that to happen, then you're basically making yourself useless. All right. I know this like is a little bit much, but it's just you have to do. It's just something you have to do. It's stupid, but it's the only way people actually behave. It's the only way they actually do the right thing most of the time, because they don't understand just being a good person. You have to like inflict pain on them, and it's like annoying. Yeah. Anyways, I'm saying this because I'm watching this guy and he's complaining, and he's talking about how basically the people who moved in the area, now they're buying up all the properties, they're running up all the stuff, and now the regular locals don't have anything. I talked about this many times. The regular people who sit around and do nothing, they get taken advantage of. Okay, the locals always get taken advantage of because you're being loyal for no reason. It's not about loyalty in this thing. It's about control, and how much control can you get, because other people are fucking crazy. Okay, so as soon as these young people started moving in, okay, let me figure out if I can sell one of my houses to them, and then I'm out of here. That's why you don't really want to own a house like that. Or if you do own a house, you got to sell it right away. You can't stay there. But you got to keep moving. The game is meant to keep moving. The game is not for you to sit somewhere and die there. Go buy a remote house in the middle of nowhere, if that's the case. The government's trying to get their tax revenue. Other people are trying to get what they need, and the job economy, the local economy, can't really support the locals anymore. So now they have to get up and move somewhere else. But guess what? They never really got the skills. So they never got the skills, and because they never got the skills, and because they didn't position themselves properly, now they're fucked. Right? Now they're homeless. Right? The locals, they just sit there. Oh, well, I'm old and I'm 80 and you should be nice to me. Like, no, it doesn't actually work that way. It sucks that it's not that way, and it's not right that it's not that way. And if I was in charge, it wouldn't be that way. But I'm not in charge. I'm not in charge. You're not in charge. And complaining about it is just a waste of time, because you didn't do anything about it. You understand? You didn't do anything. You're not going out here being an entrepreneur, starting businesses and giving people a place to sleep. You're not doing it. So what do you think the bad guy or the person who doesn't care about this person they don't care either? You understand? The people can say that they care, but their actions talk more. Okay? What are you out here doing? If you're not doing nothing, then just mind your business and work your job or whatever. Right? Now, I don't want to be like an asshole here, but like this stuff matters. Either you're going to be about it or you're not about it. Okay? And just don't get caught with your pants down. Just don't be caught being too vulnerable too long. It's okay to have a moment, but you don't want to be having a moment too long. Okay? Hope this makes sense. I am about to basically, like, I got some tabs open on my watch or whatever, but like that's pretty much the message of the day. But I do want to share this post that I seen from this guy, and I wasn't really trying to laugh at him, but this is just a good example of what you're dealing with. Okay. And I mean, it's a little bit relevant. It's not fully relevant, but it's relevant enough. Okay. Okay. Now, I did have on this. Okay.
Check this out. I love this story.
Okay. I did have on this. This is the first thing is this. Okay. If you're having issues having a house, here's a good example of Timcast. He's basically going over what it's like to live in Japan, and look at some of the houses there, right? For some of these houses, they're 18,000 in Japan. You just move over there, move overseas, and they're trying to make it attractive for this, right? So here's a good example of what you could do. You sell your house, you move overseas, but you have to be an entrepreneur, because you're not going to know how to generate income over here. It's this whole thing is about being scrappy and knowing what to do. Okay, so that's just one example of what you could do. And this is like what, like a really nice house for like $8,000, right? You can own your little grocery store for like $10,000. Why? Because you're making American money, right? If you're making American money, then you're now you're positioned to do better. Okay, and we're gonna post one more video. Just small examples here. Good morning. Good morning. Want to give Daddy a kiss? Okay. Oh boy. Did you sleep good? You sleep good? Mm-hmm. All right, hold on. All right. Okay, let me see here. All right, we're gonna play one more video, and there's this guy here who's basically complaining about life, and I'm looking for it. I'll have my glasses on. We're gonna get some apples. Want some apples? Say apples. Say apples. Say apples. Say apples. All right, I'm not really trying to make fun of this dude either. Oh, he took his video down. Damn. I don't blame him. Oh, he blocked me? He probably blocked me. Yeah, he blocked me probably. Poor guy. I told him to get some coaching, basically, right? I told him to get some coaching, and he probably blocked me. This guy. So basically, just really quick, he was in Ohio, and he was basically crying online because he was getting rejected online. He said he talked to 25 girls, and he's like in his 50s or 60s or whatever, and he's like, people wonder why you don't really do well with women, and they wonder why men don't approach anymore. And what else was he saying? Some other weird stuff, like we wonders why women don't approach anymore, and or men don't approach anymore, and it's because it just hurts. The rejection hurts. I can't get past the first date. Dude is in his 60s, has like 60,000 followers, teaching people how to invest in real estate, and post some shit like that. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. So I was like, hey, like, you probably want to stop crying about this and get a coach. And it's pretty easy. Why cold approach when you can just attract people? And then I told him, sorry about your crying though, right? The whole thing is this: he's a business owner, he's an entrepreneur making lots of money, but he's still online crying about not having a relationship. That goes to show you who the people who are having money are. They're weird. Okay, they're strange people who basically have regular life issues. You get it? And because they're people, there's nothing wrong with just not knowing what to do. But how are you a business owner and you only like, you get your feelings hurt talking to 25 women? You should know that it's a numbers game, depending on who's going to be interested. If you're cold approaching, if you're attracting, then there's really no issues that you're going to really have. Hope this makes sense. I probably should have deleted my comment, but I felt bad. You know what I'm saying? I kind of felt bad for him. So I was like, you probably should just get some coaching, because he's in real estate too. And I'm like, it wasn't really a good look. It was like pretty embarrassing. Okay. It was like on a 1 to 10, it was like a 10. And he's just like, he just couldn't understand. He couldn't, like, he just like, and this is the problem. This is like a part of the problem. A part of the problem is that people really don't, like, they're just weird. Like, first of all, they're weird, but just like, they're weird meaning they don't really have enough human interaction or something. Because it's like, how can you get that old and not understand and have a business and not understand the basics? You understand? And then block me for it, right? I mean, whatever. I don't really care, but you know what I'm saying here. But that's like a good example. It's like, coach, like, you got any recommendations? Because I'm trying to figure out what to do. As a young person, yeah. As an old person, it's not really a good look. It is not a good look. Okay, it's not a good look, and nobody cares. And I hate to be that way, but that's just reality. Nobody gives a shit. And the sooner you can like get along, you can understand that is like, okay, all right, how do I like fix this? Right? So 25 approaches, that's it. Number one, you should have did 100 or 1,000 or something, which I don't recommend doing that anyway with girls, but talk to people who's interested in you, figure out what's going on. don't go online and doing this. Like, basically, he got divorced, but he's one of them guys who basically probably got. I seen some posts about him being divorced or something, and how he was sad. It was just some gay shit or whatever. And it's like, the issue is not the fact that he's getting a divorce, but it's all this investment into other women and people, and it's not investment into yourself because he doesn't know how to love himself yet as a man. You got to just not really give a shit, and you got to put yourself first, man, because these people do not care about you. They don't care. I don't care what they're saying. You know, you got to have good friends. You got to have good allies. You got to have good relationships as a man. It takes time to do that. Okay. Yeah. I love my baby. You know what I'm saying? I love my baby. I love my family. And, you know, I'll put a bullet in somebody in order to do it, or I'll do whatever it takes to take care of them. Because that's my job, number one, because I volunteered for that. But number two, I'm not going to be a wimp online and cry about this shit. You know what I'm saying here? I may be stressed and whatever, but I'm not going to be a wimp. You know what I'm saying here? You don't want to go be a wimp because people are going to beat you. They're going to beat you down if you're a wimp. Hope this makes sense. Okay. Like, the main point is that it's going to be you or them, and you're going to have to pick. You know, you're going to have to pick because you got these weird, like I said, the guy, he teach people how to invest in real estate. And then he has a divorced dad post, and then he posts him crying because he talked to 25 cold approaches or something, and he can't get past the first date. What kind of fruit cup are you? You can't get past the first date? That's what girls talk about. There is no, you can't get past the first date. There's no such thing. It's not real. You're either smashing or you're not. You're either courting or you're not. You're either going out to a date or not. That's it. That's all you're doing. And he's a business owner, so I'm like, okay, he must not really, know what he's doing in business either. Because a lot of things reflect in your personal life. If you're not in control of your relationship life, most of the time you're not in control of anything else in your life either. If you're in control of your money, you'll be in control of your relationships. And if you're in control of relationships, you'll be in control of your business. If you're in control of your business, your money, your family, you know what I'm saying? You want to be a reliable man. You don't want to be a person who's basically going to wimp out. I'm not being a jerk here. I just want to be sure, like, you don't want to be that person. Nobody likes that person. I don't care what anybody, why, like, even people don't like Trump, but they still voted for him. Why? Because he seemed reliable. He seemed reliable. He seemed like he knew what he was doing. He just was, I guess, whether he does or not, whether he's lying or not is something to talk about now. But you just can't be the kind of person who's just doing this victim gay stuff. You can't do that. You can't do that. Okay? If you want to make a change in life, you get up and you do something about it. That's it. You get up and you try to make changes. If you're not going to get up and make a change, why are you complaining about it? We think everybody's just supposed to get up and make a change for you? The people got to get together. We got to make a change. The flock cameras, and you're not doing anything. Are you kidding? Like, are we kidding here? If you're not going to be the one to rally them up, then what are we really talking about? I was talking, and I'll just finish this, okay? I was talking to my lady about this last night, and I was like, look, all these people on the planet, supposedly, and they all talk about how Bill Gates is like planting ticks and making people poisoned or whatever, and nobody did anything to him. How much of this stuff is real and how much of it is bullshit? You understand? How much of it is real and how much of it is actually bullshit? Because ain't nobody put hands on him yet. That's how you know it's not real. Or I'm crazy. It's one or the other. Either I'm crazy, or nobody, or that everybody else is a wimp. And I'm pretty sure everybody's not in jail or something. I'm pretty sure. Because how can you go through life, like, if I had a farm and I knew that motherfucker was putting ticks on it, I would have fucked him up by now. If I knew he was the one, I'm like, yeah, like, I would have found out everything I needed to find out, pay the tick dropper. Hey, look, I just want to know some information. Here's some money. Okay, who did this? Who's in charge of what? I would find out and do something about it. And I'm basically a very peaceful person, but I just don't really like being messed with. That's the only reason I even went this far in business and life anyway, is because I don't want to be messed with. That's it. I'm going to be left alone. and people just won't leave you alone. So you gotta, you gotta fuck them up sometimes. This is how life is. You understand? That's just how life is. And it's not like you want to be that way, but it's just a part of life. And if you're not going to be the one that's going to fuck them up or be in charge, they're going to be the one in charge. And then they're going to make your life shit. You understand? Sometimes it's just got to be you or them, right? Now, if you can be allies, great. If you can't, then they made an enemy for life, and that's just a part of life. You get it? And they can do the nice thing. Oh well, what would Jesus do? And that he'd punch you in the head too. All right, now come here and get the head punch, motherfucker. Wow, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are really out here complaining that they don't have health care and you don't have food and you don't have this stuff, but you're not doing anything to make it happen. You're just sitting online complaining. Complaining. I want to bring awareness to this topic today. I want to bring awareness to this. Oh my goodness, what are they doing right now? You're just going to keep talking, but somebody needs to make this guy governor. For what? Talking? For talking? He needs to be the president. For talking? For talking online and ranting? Like, come on, man. Like, they got some data centers about to be installed around here. I don't really care. I looked up immediately, am I affected by this? And obviously, other people are. They probably get sick and like throw up and whatever. But are they going to do anything about it? Are you going to keep voting? Like, no. Like, okay, rally together. Put this guy out of business. Go do something. Like, push him down the steps or something, right? Like, do something. You ain't doing nothing. Doing nothing. So, what's the fuck is point in complaining about this shit? Right? Okay, are you going to fire some of the people in charge? Are you going to like, oh, well, you're done on your term? It can't be just your term limits are up. It has to be, oh yeah, we're going to make sure you can't get a job in this city. If I'm doing it, I'm going to make sure I'm fucking up everything. You know. And I'll just finish off with this, okay? Me and my old partner, we used to have conversation about this stuff. I'm pretty like a volatile person, not like in a bad way, but I'll just blow the whole thing up because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about none of this stuff. I'm only doing this because I just want to be left alone. So if it means blowing the whole shit up, then I'm okay with that. They're not. Most people are not okay losing everything. I'm okay losing it. I'll just start over. I don't care because I'm like, oh, I'll be back on my feet in like a couple months anyway. I don't care. They had to do a lot of manipulating, a lot of gaslighting, a lot of effort, and it matters. Their self worth matters with this stuff. That's why I just blow the shit up. You know what I'm saying here? Just blow it up. Like, okay, like what is this? What matters to you? Your reputation, your family, like what's going on here? Okay, how can I get some information here to fuck up their life because they messing with me? So leave me alone. Leave me alone. We're good. Okay? We're good. Because I'm really a kind, caring person. I'm really a very nice person. Right? I don't because I it's just don't be a weirdo. People count on you like to they just count on you not doing shit to them. You know what I'm saying? They want to play in your face or whatever, and people count on you not doing shit. They count on it. All it takes is one good punch in the head, and they'll learn their lesson. Okay? And it doesn't have to be from you, but it has to be from somebody that's going to rock their shit. Okay? And when they do that, oh, whoa, what was this? Yeah, yeah. Did that feel good? So do the right thing. You get it? Do the right thing, motherfuckers. So stop playing around. That's the point. Just don't get caught with your pants down, man. Because they're going to come get you. Okay? They're going to come get you. They're going to get you, and they do not care about you because they never got punched in the head. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? You got to literally punch them, but you just maybe you embarrass them, you fuck with them, you sue them. Man, if I had these issues, whatever, I'm suing the city. I'm suing everybody. I'm suing the people who are in charge. I'm suing everybody. Everybody's being sued, and I don't care. Like I don't care how much money does it take. Well, it's going to cost around 100 grand for this case to go through. Okay, I'll be building a nest egg of 300,000 over the course of the next couple of months to do this, just to fuck with them. You understand? Okay, time to get 300 grand. All right, here you go. Let me know how much more you're going to need over time. Okay, all right, cool. I don't care. I'm putting them out of business and I'm taking them for everything they got if it's possible. Why? Because you're not leaving me alone. Leave me alone and we're good. We're good. But if you don't leave me alone, we're not good. Like you got to find way to fuck with people because they don't know. They just don't learn. They're not Like, I don't know how to really explain what I'm saying here. Most people are going to take advantage of you if you let them. So he fell back asleep. But most people are going to take advantage of you if you let them, man. They're going to take advantage of you, man. They're going to. It's better for you to be in charge as the righteous, good person than them. Trying to rally the people up together and make a difference, that's not going to do anything. You got to be just as bad. You got to be even badder. Okay? You got to be even badder than the bully. You got to be badder. Well, you wouldn't do this. You wouldn't dare. You would. See, I don't care about, if you're a good person, you don't care about money. You don't care about this stuff. You just care about what? Being left alone. So sometimes you got to blow up their shit. Okay? Not literally, but just ruin their business, ruin their life or whatever. Do it within the confines of the law. If they're donating to politicians, you do it too. If they're donating to lawyers, you do it too. If they're installing whatever it is that's going to fuck up your life, you start doing the same thing to them. Okay? I don't care what I have to do. Like, how much does it cost to, like, make this stop? Like, I would try to talk it out first. I'd be like, look, hey, you're going to stop doing this. Like, what do you mean you're going to follow? Like, okay, you really want to do this? I'll just hire I'll hire like 80, I'll hire 200 people. Like, how much do y'all need per day to stand out here and fuck with this guy? Like, fit how much? Like, let me see how much it costs real quick. Let me see. $100 a day times 20 people. Okay, so I would pay people $100 a day, 200 people to show up on this person's lawn and just record the shit out of them all day. What's wrong with that? Like, whatever is legal, I'm going to get away with it, right? So that's $2,000 a day, times that by 30, so 60 grand a month. Okay, so let's see, maybe out of 15 days out the month, so that's every other day. No. That's 30,000 a month. So that's every other day of the month. Basically, just have people follow this person around all day. Yeah, you're being followed now. Yeah, I'm gonna go raise this money. It's time to go raise this money, get these clients. Yeah, we got a budget for this guy, so you gotta, like, you do that. You tell people what's going on in the news. You do reports. You do what it takes. And it's like, well, now you're gonna have to get me. Now you're gonna have to pay me to stop. You get it? Because now you're making me use resources to make you stop. Because you should have just stopped. And we're not doing anything illegal, but we're putting police on payroll. We're doing I don't care what you need to do. I don't care. Like, and obviously you want to do things legally, right? But the point is that people have to learn to stop. They don't learn sometimes. I hope this makes sense, because I'm not trying to be like, a weirdo or whatever, but like, people have to learn. Are you going to be like this guy crying, on the thing? Or are you going to be like, the guy, well, there's a homeless issues, and it's like, people don't care. It don't matter how much you could complain and why they don't care about you. They care about themselves. Until they're affected, people don't care. It's better for you as a righteous person to be in charge than the evil one or the person or an ignorant one. It's better for you to be in charge, because you'll look after everybody. You'll do the right thing. But you have to understand how people are, and that they're not going to they're not going to come on, we can go lay down, okay? That they're not going to take charge of their lives. Okay, they're not going to take charge of their lives. They're not going to step up. They're not going to do the right thing. They're not going to be responsible. How it works is they all follow the leader. That's why they get bullied. And a part of being a leader, and a good one, is that you have to be willing to accept that and move on. Okay. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna go lay down the baby. We're gonna do some reading, and well, at least I am. And I'll see you guys on the next.